24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Carved a place out for us because no one was a vibe. Finally a show to love. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's not lonely at the top, 'cause everyone's right here. For us there's no hard stop. Forever in your ear. 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Copy me, I know you will. I do it first every time. Your shit is stale, no one cares, but he's gonna shine. I'm just a baby. Your dad loves me more. I say what everyone is thinking. Typical forever whore. 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. No more repos, mama got a bag. I do what I please and do it with ease. Number one show in all the land. Haters listen longer. Everyone say hi to Jim. Let's lock in. It's time to ride. Back forward over everybody. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Love for my besties and bunnies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Moons. Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Well, we were talking just backstage. We're feeling especially sleepy this morning. I
Yes.
may have overdone it with the concealer. Maybe it's, I don't know. I was just so sleepy. I'm just trying to wake up.
Yes.
But I think I'm ready to lock in because it's time to ride, you know? So,
Right. That song definitely gives you a little bit of hype, but it's not quite enough. Like, I'm not even halfway through with the Celsius. I just need to down it.
Oh, I am on my second Diet Coke. So yeah, we did get some comments about like it kind of being boring and kind of needing to bring the energy, and you
Yep.
know, it is 4:44 for me, but I'm trying, okay? I'm into the Diet Coke. I'm gonna try to bring the energy and be a little more silly, and we're gonna have less about Clancy today, I think. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm following your lead for sure. Just wanted to say good morning. Good morning, Ben Rosa. I see you in the chat. Good to see you.
Good morning.
As you guys know, day 2, Jess Machado on Cations. I did see her in some chats yesterday. Not too active, just a little, peek here and there. I think she's keeping an eye on things maybe, but yeah, we wish her all the best on her vacations. And we're going to continue with guest host week. And I did see a lot of comments and questions about the original plan for guest host week. So I guess let me answer those questions. Was it last week or the day? I think it was last week. So right when she was gearing up to leave, she had a couple of cancellations as far as guest hosts. And, we all know she's been enduring just the attacks, the hate, the trolling, all the things. And I think she got to a point where, like Jason, her ex-husband, was supposed to be on yesterday. And, she just wasn't so sure that she wanted to, put him out there. And then, of course, he becomes the content for a few months, clipping it and all the things. So we were really close to, not having this amazing opportunity. She was like, I'm leaving, I'm not going to worry about it. But she did end up giving us this opportunity to sit in for her for a week. And so Maggie was super excited to cover Clancy. And, I was ready and willing to do guest producer, all the duties. I don't have to be on camera, but definitely don't mind sitting here and chatting it away with Maggie. So we kind of
I think that's what I would miss too, especially because Jess was sick and we missed Thursday and Friday, and then I thought the chat like not getting together for a whole week would suck and we would feel so lost and disconnected. And I'm just I just want to hang out and at least have a show. So that's what we're doing today. We're having a show.
So there is one day this week that will go on as planned, and that's going to be Amy, Funeral Lady, as well as Karen Goldberg and Carrie Ann. They have a whole episode planned for you guys. All the things, all the fun things. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be on Thursday. I'm hearing rumblings that maybe Friday we might have, I'm not sure when they were originally scheduled on the week, but I don't know. We might have J7 and Kane on Friday. We'll see. I'm going to have to put their plan through like an approval process, I think. What do you think, Maggie?
That's what I had to do, and it was
submit your application. Let me review this before we go live.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't even think Kane has chat privileges on the channel right now. Right? Like he's still blocked. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be blocked. I have a bone to pick with Kane. Yesterday I was watching J7's show because it is still J7. It's not the J7 Kane show. So J7's show, and he was like talking about this show, and he was like, "Who was that with moons yesterday or this morning? Who was that? Is that Boston Maggie?" And I knew previously that he had mistaken me with, or just he had said something about Boston Maggie and not liking Boston Maggie, who is a Twitter user. And I don't know if Boston Maggie is in the chat like ever, or
it doesn't sound familiar, but
I've seen Boston Maggie on Twitter. And and so then I was like, oh no, he thinks I am Boston Maggie, which I don't really even know who Boston Maggie is. No offense to Boston Maggie, but I knew that he didn't like her. And so then the chat in J7's chat was like, no, this is San Diego Maggie. This is California Maggie. Very, very different. So.
Yeah. I've noticed, I don't know what Kane is up to lately. He is doing Facebook dating. He could be spending his time chatting away on Facebook dating. I don't know, but he does seem, I address this on my show as well. He does seem a little behind and not aware of what's going on. I'm constantly telling him, Kane, you clearly haven't caught up on my channel episodes. Like, we're starting to just fabricate stories for Kane because he thinks that like everything is a soap opera, everything has a story. And,
Yeah.
he's asking the same questions over and over and over. And I'm like, Kane, I don't have a great answer for you other than the truth. Here's the truth. And that's not good enough for Kane. Kane needs like, soap opera level answers, like he just knows there's like some underlying drama that you're not telling him. He just thinks you're lying to him.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
he
know. I don't know what the
probably
deal is.
will always think that I am Boston Maggie, and that's my alt account or something. My Twitter troll account, I guess.
Well, we told him, I think J7 told him, this is Maggie Winterton. Okay.
Yeah.
And we need to get your handle or your link in the chat. I'll do that today and get you some promotion. I think we also did the description from yesterday. So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but Jess does not fill out her descriptions. If she does, it's very short. And yesterday we did the whole thing. We put timestamps, we put all her payment links in there. Hopefully we're going to try and like construct a little bit of a template for her so that all she has to do is maybe click a button and it's there. She doesn't have to fill out anything. But we did that yesterday. And so I will make sure, I know your handle is tagged so people can find you on YouTube. I'll do the same for myself. Yesterday I did change my channel name, which was completely in the plan. We just weren't really sure what we were going to change it to. So we did change it. So
it was all of a sudden the picture was different. It was no longer the grayed out little image, and it was and I was like, is that Moonsy? Is that her? So yes, tell them about your new rebranding.
Yeah, so I rebranded to the Mooney Bin, which I need to know who was that in the chat that one day we were talking about. I took a week off, and right around the same time, the news about Proctor's Depot was, one of the top stories in the community as far as like he had run off to Florida and maybe he was in a, facility. And so somebody in the chat said Moons is in the Mooney Bin. So like loony bin, but Mooney Bin. I thought it was the cutest reference. It stuck. It became part of our lore. And it definitely became an option on the list. The very close runner-up was Moons of Our Lives. So a spin on Days of Our Lives, which is huge from my childhood. My mother was addicted to Days of Our Lives and Young and the Restless. So yeah, we had some fun. We went through the list and I heard from many of you your opinions, and that was the one that just kept coming up. I tend to overthink these things. It's a big commitment to change your handle, and this now becomes part of your sort of persona, on your channel. So it was hard. It was really hard. I may have an issue with commitment. I don't know. It was hard. So
No,
we'll get it tagged and put it in the description.
yeah,
But
I think you did great. You took a little bit to think about it, but it was I think you knew. It was like when you know,
yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
I think you did the right thing. I like it.
So you guys will have to tell me if you're in the chat. You'll have to tell me who was the first person who mentioned that.
Yeah.
Was it Tara? I kind of have a feeling it was Tara, but
I do remember that, but I don't know.
Definitely want to send something her way if it was indeed her, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure. So, good morning to everybody in the chat. I'm seeing your names. I'm having a little bit of FOMO, not being in the chat. Do you want to say hi to anybody? I always feel bad, like if I don't, mention everyone's name.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people here. I don't know. I don't know. Hello everyone. Good morning. Thank you guys who are hanging in here with us. Like we're trying our best, and just, glad you're here with us. Thank you
Yes.
for being here today.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And Laura, I see you. Awesome. Awesome. Laura got accidentally banned a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it when it happened, and I knew it was a mistake. Laura's always on her best behavior, and she's been trying to get off that banned list for a while. I think she's got her subscription tied to like this handle that she's on frequently. So I used my new privileges and took her off the list yesterday.
It was you.
It was Jess.
It was Jess. Oh,
yeah.
all right.
It was at the end of an episode, and there were a couple of people in the chat that were, spouting off maybe. And she timed one out or removed them or whatever, and then the other one, it was Laura, unfortunately. And I saw it immediately, and I was like, oh, Jess, I'm pretty sure that was an accident. And it was at the end of the stream. And so, of course, I think it takes a while for you to sort of realize that you're banned, because when you chat, it doesn't like give you a message, does it? Like, you're banned from this channel.
I've never ever been banned from anything in my life, so I wouldn't know.
I've only been banned once. Thank you, Pat Ford. I think it's very like I don't think it gives you an error message or anything. It just, you're sort of ignored. Like, you can see yourself chatting to yourself, but nobody else can see you. I think that's how it is. And so I knew that Laura probably wasn't going to know until the next day, when she comes in and, nobody tells her good morning, or I don't know. I don't know how you sort of figure it out, but you could tell, you would see her in other chats, and then when she would come here, she would change her handle to something very similar. And then, of course, she was like, can you take me? I think I'm banned. Can you take me off the list? So
that would suck. That would really suck.
Yeah. So, yeah, got her fixed up. So, welcome back, Laura. Welcome back in green.
Did you have anything else, or did you want to move to the first item on the agenda, on the outline?
Go for it.
Okay.
I will follow your lead.
Can you pull up the assets that are listed?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, so this is the fun stuff, the Twitter stuff, right?
Yeah. So yeah,
okay.
There was. I've made it. I've made it, guys. I am in a meme. Like, I have been sort of recognized as a person that exists, and those airplane memes. Okay, so like, this is just so great. Val actually
keep in mind, everybody isn't on Twitter.
Yeah.
So set us up a little bit.
Excited.
It's okay.
I'm so excited.
I know.
Okay. You explain the lore.
I don't really quite know the lore, honestly. I just know that these airplane pics have been the thing lately. Was it Aiden who started this? Did he start the first one?
in, like, so many communities, like, it's a Twitter thing,
Ah,
like,
okay.
um, so I don't know who made the first one for, like, this sort of, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
ecosystem, but Val made this one, and the caption was, "Who do you definitely not want to sit next to?" And I just, want to admire this. So there's a lot of detail, and most of it doesn't really make sense, of course. But you can see me in it actually, and the hair bouffant is like, I so much hair, so close to God, amazing, and the bow is included. Thank you, Val. I cannot thank you enough. That would have been a huge mistake. Huge mistake. The bow needs recognition. It is me. I am the bow. So I'm just really happy, and I'm by Lauren in true crime. And I just what an honor. And Spicy
Yes.
Misty,
Yeah.
Prison Misty, obviously.
Yep. So everybody in the chat is congratulating you, Dr. Trey. Wow, congrats, Maggie.
I know. Thanks,
That's
guys.
exactly what I told her last night. Let's see. Donna, Maggie, congratulations. Val is such a fool. You look beautiful. And Laura, yes, the bow. I was thrilled to also see the bow. Yep.
Yeah, it
So
was
Maggie was
the first
incredibly
thing I noticed pretty much, and I was just like, I was just so happy and just grateful.
spicy Misty. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I had to come sit down for this. You made the internet?
I did.
Kane is going to be so jealous. So jealous.
Right, right. Oh, and also when I looked at the comments, I mean, it could definitely have swung the other way now, but no one had said they definitely wouldn't want to sit next to me. And it's probably because no
Mm.
one knows who I am.
Yep.
So they figure I might be okay. So
Yep.
that, wow.
All right. Yep. Yeah, I think this is totally a nod to Jess Machado. I can sort of pinpoint all of these seats in terms of internet lore, things that have occurred on stream. I am number 4. So, her big thing is that I was fired from Jimmy's show as producer. That is my mention there. Maggie's 5, Prison Misty is 3. The Beagle is 1. The Beagle is the dog that, you know, the trolls say that she hit on live, when in actuality she was on live when she swerved to miss a dog, and then she got out of her car to try and figure out if she could find the dog. It was like running all over, I think it was Riverside, which is a pretty sort of busy street like in the neighborhoods there. And I think she ended up like calling the non-emergency line and sort of reporting this dog, and it was a whole thing on live that morning. um but
But I
yeah,
think,
that's one.
yeah,
Go
I,
ahead.
I think that like Val has uncovered something though with the Beagle. And maybe I mean, is he walking around trying to get compensation? Like, is he walking around with a neck brace he doesn't need? Or
Yep.
like, are we gonna have to sue the Beagle? I don't know.
Yeah. He's waiting for his personal claim. How funny. Yeah, so this is great. So this was after, let me show,
I don't
let's
know
see.
who everyone is either.
That's okay. That's what we're here for, Maggie. Uh, let's see. No, it's not gonna let me. So I'm not sure which one came first, but let me show you this one. So this is Jimmy's. And of course, every single seat is Prison Misty. And there was a whole thread. Prison Misty, you'll have to tell me. I didn't get the link to the whole thread, but there was a whole thing going on. And Spicy Misty was like in it. She was like, I love this. Tag me. Jimmy just kept throwing out AI pictures of Spicy Misty, and she was in it. She enjoyed it. It was really funny. She was being a good sport.
This would be the greatest airplane ever to walk on. Like,
yeah.
you
Can
know.
you imagine? Oh goodness. Okay. And then there's two more. Let's see if I can. Trying out these handy dandy producer skills. Two more pictures here.
Oh yeah.
So the chat will have to tell me whose was this? Obviously, we have Nan in number 1, Mike Crawford in number 2, Jess in 3, 4. Who's that? Is that Barry?
Oh, maybe.
Who's 4?
I don't know. Who do you guys think that is? Some of them, it's like the AI went a little too far and they're
Right.
like unrecognizable.
5 is Jason Broyles. 6 is Twisted Tragedies. 7, is that J7? I think that's J7.
I guess so.
8 is LTL. 9, JFK. And 10, Jen Altman. Who's 4? Barry? Okay. Is it Barry? Somebody said Barry.
It can't be Crawford because Crawford is 2. So,
yeah.
Oh, 4 is the expert.
4 is expert. Oh, okay. I see it.
Would he
see it?
Does he fit in though with that group? Well, I guess then you would want to sit next to him. I guess is maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was kind of asking who created this one. Who does this one belong to? Maybe it is Crawford's. Is this the one that he posted? I could see this one being Crawford's, but I don't know. This one is, let's see, Proctor and 1. Is this MLP?
I think so.
Number 2, 3. Who's this?
I think it's the koala motherfucker.
Oh. 4, I forget her name, the redhead, Big Red.
Yeah, Big Red.
5. Do you know who this is? Maggie,
it's
number 5.
YB.
Yep. 6. Who's this?
DePetro.
Oh, I see it. 7.
Kane.
Yep. 8.
Kate Peter.
Julie Carpenter. That's Julie. Yeah. 4 is Julie Carpenter. I forgot her real name. Yes. 8, Kate Peter. 9. Oh my. Who's 9?
I don't know.
Is that Nicola? Who is that? Krusty? I think
No.
8 is Krusty.
Yeah.
Who's 9?
Does anybody know who 9 is? I don't know. I don't even know the
Messy Jessie?
Oh.
No idea. And then 10, oh gosh.
That's the bagel, right? Julie
The
Nagel.
bagel. There you go. Yes. Yes.
Spicy
Julie
says
Nagel.
to check I think a chat or something. I can't
Oh, my text messages. Let's see.
text. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Spicy Missy, I have all of the pictures. I don't have the Twitter thread. There was a thread that was I think it was between you and Jimmy. Um I thought that's where these came from. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, so these are fun. These are the airplane pics. Anything about these, Maggie, that you want to go over before we move on?
I wanted to go back and identify the rest of the one that we are starring in because
Okay.
we didn't do all the seats.
Okay. Let me bring that one back up. This one. Okay. And I'm going to let you do it.
So 2.
Number 2?
Yeah, is that just an Amazon driver? I don't get
It
it.
is. It is. Let's see. Chat, let's help Maggie. Let's give her some hints. We'll see if you can get it.
Does that have something to do with something that happened on 24 and 24?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I got it.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
4 is moons.
Haitian Amazon driver is number
Yeah.
2. 4 is me.
So 6 must be Miss Peachy Keen.
Yes.
And
Yep.
she also made it, but like I guess I'm like out of the loop.
That's why I think it's so helpful to know how this image originated. Like who made this image, because that's the only reference I can tie to Miss Peachy Keen from Val. Is Miss Peachy Keen said something in a chat on YouTube, and it triggered Val. And so ever since then, she has had this beef with Miss Peachy Keen about her being racist. And so that is why she chose that for sweet Miss Peachy Keen.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know the full lore, but maybe she can fill us in.
All right. Well, that's too bad. But at least she's in it, you know. So and so then Nurse Kim is 8, and then 10 is question mark. Is it? I don't get it.
The little banner there is covering it up. Let me turn
Does
this
it
off.
say something about Cations? Is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be Jess?
You're close.
I don't know.
It's Mima.
Oh, okay, Mima. Oh my gosh, and yeah, okay.
Yeah, Jess got so much shit online for posting that picture of Mima on her birthday when she was in her bed, and her cat was there, and I think she had her head on her forehead, maybe. But Jess described like this is my mom at this age. She's just retired, enjoying her bed with her cats. It just seemed like a good, wholesome picture as far as like Jess's point of view for her birthday.
I thought
And
so too. I thought when she
yeah,
explained it, it made sense, and I
yeah,
totally got it. And it's a very like wholesome and like realistic. It's not a
yes,
portrait, but it's
yep,
like a real photograph. So
right, yeah. The Twitter world wanted Mima in glamour shots with a filter. Mm.
yes.
So, yeah, that's Mima, and then I don't know who's 9.
I think it's just supposed to be a veteran.
I'm making a mess over here, my Celsius. Um, who's 9? There's got to be a story. Just a veteran, just a nod to the donation, probably.
Oh, is
I
it?
have,
Is
I have
it?
no idea.
It does kind of vaguely look like Biden or Trump, but it's mostly just an old man. So hard
Yep.
to say.
Yeah.
And then
And then
7 is hidden true crime, Lauren
yep.
Matthias.
Yep. Laura Matthias. Yep.
And
That is her on the day of the trial where they took the picture together. And it even looks like she has some
eyebrows.
penciled in eyebrows.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
I hear little footsteps in my house, so I may need to
okay.
step
That's
away
fine.
in a minute.
Yeah. So we're being served Fruit Lupus.
Oh my goodness, I just noticed that.
And
Like, the
Jess is the
lupus.
toucan.
Val. Yeah. Is Jess the toucan, or is that
Is it?
funeral
Oh,
lady?
is it Funeral Lady?
How do I zoom in?
Oh my gosh. It's Funeral Lady. I'm sorry. It's
Oh,
Funeral Lady, right?
it kinda looks like Amy. It kinda looks like Amy, but who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was we wanted to start off with something a little lighter and just what an honor. Thank you. Great.
Maggie, thank you for being a good sport about it,
Oh
like,
yeah. I was
sometimes
happy.
these things can get triggering and, I tend to, have, like, I'm allergic to this kind of stuff, so I just, try and laugh about it and, not make it so serious, so thank you for being a good sport. I'm tickled that you were so tickled that you were included. You've made it.
Yeah, this is okay. I have made it. This is acceptable. I'm sure it will get worse, but for now that's okay.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's move
I'll
on.
follow your lead. What would you like to pivot to? We've got some Clancy today, from yesterday. You
Yeah, I
wanna
think we should do Clancy.
touch on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so guys, we're gonna do Lindsay Clancy now, and we have some clips to play and just some discussion about what happened yesterday, which was a very long day in the trial. And so if you don't like to hear that, maybe come back in like a half an hour or 45 minutes maybe, because we will have a game and we'll have just other little things that aren't such a heavy topic.
Yep. So, how was yesterday? Wanna lead us into this. The very first clip I have is of what's her name? Shoot.
The ER
The
doctor.
doctor. Yes.
She was Dr. Kelly McDonough,
Yes. Yep.
I think is how you say it. So
And
she has a vibe, and that's why we're watching this clip. And keep in mind that there is a civil suit as well that is going on against, the physicians, the health systems that treated Lindsay, and everything that happened and mistreated. So that was, yesterday was pretty dense. We're getting into more medical testimony. This witness was the ER doctor that was like in charge of Lindsay's care when she arrived at the hospital. And yeah, she just has a vibe, so we can watch a little bit of that clip.
Okay. So yesterday, I think it was mentioned that there were 15 witnesses on the stand yesterday. The majority of them were experts. So we're starting to see the doctors. There were a few, I think, MSP.
Yeah, so there was like all doctors and nurses, and then it kind of shifted to some police like later in the day. MSP. There was also there was a couple witnesses that had to do with the forensics and the blood and urine tests that were in the chain of custody transported and stuff to the police.
Got it. Okay. So this is the first clip. This is the ER doctor that treated Lindsay Clancy. Let me know how the audio is. Let's see. Yeah, it's all the way up.
A reaction.
Correct.
And would you agree with me that when people even have very, very serious brain injuries, that they can respond to pain stimuli?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So her eyes were open. Were her pupils equal and reactive to light?
I don't recall.
You don't recall. What does it mean with PERL, pupils equal reactive to light? What does that mean?
Exactly what you just said. It means her pupils are equal and reactive to light.
And as a doctor, what does that tell you?
It tells me that there's no significant neurologic injury.
And in this case, you don't recall if her pupils were equal or reactive to light?
I don't.
Okay. And that's when you take the little flashlight sometimes and you put it over the eye and see if there's constriction of the pupil.
Correct.
Did you do additional evaluations of her to see what her neurological function was?
She was pretty quickly intubated from what I recall. So after that, it would be difficult to assess her neurologically.
Sure. Was she on any pain medication, if you remember?
Don't remember.
You recall, did she have difficulty being intubated? I mean, would you agree with me that if you're not under some type of medication or sedation or unconscious, it hurts to be intubated, doesn't it?
We wouldn't intubate somebody without first giving them some induction medicines.
Okay. So what would the induction medicines be?
They're not universal.
Well,
would depend on the
case. What are the induction medicines that you used on Lindsay Clancy?
I don't know. I'd have to refer to my record. And also, I wasn't the one who did the intubation.
So she was intubated, had the tube coming out of her mouth. She's laying on the table, and you are continuing an assessment. You were the lead doctor in the emergency room for Lindsay Clancy, right?
I wouldn't say I was the lead. I think the trauma surgeon and I worked together.
Right.
Okay.
Her temperature, her core body temperature was 82 degrees. Is that right?
What was that?
I just wanted you to pause it right there because I was just like, that sounds like the whole Proctor wasn't the lead investigator sort of semantics. And that I said to keep in mind the civil trial thing, because that's when we were watching Melanie Little, the only thing we could like kind of discern from this vibe, this aura, this attitude radiating off of this woman. Like, what is her problem? Why does she just not know basic medical stuff? Why does she not want to explain a simple acronym? Why does she have such an attitude? And she's like, exactly what you just said. Like, just,
Yep.
why? And what's the vitriol? Is there something that has to do with her? Is it Reddington specifically? Reddington, I thought, was very chill and calm with her. And yeah, I mean, Spicy is saying she hates Lindsay. That, I guess so. Like, I can tell some of the providers do. And it's really, really sad that this was her doctor, and it's, ugh, I don't know, so off-putting, and I don't trust her, and I don't know how the jury wouldn't pick up on that.
Yeah, so I had a similar feeling. She definitely feels like she's got a little bit of a bias. She's holding back. She's not being plentiful with her specifics and her detail. She's a physician. I think a lot of the times when we see these experts on stand, they are very thorough, specific. They seem prepared, prepped, whatever that means in terms of like she's seen the medical record maybe as soon as this morning before she took the stand. This woman definitely did not seem like she was prepped. She was, definitely not ready to answer some of these questions. Some of these just very basic questions. So
Yeah,
I
and
totally
it's like,
agree.
I know that there's a civil suit coming and she wants to say things vaguely, but why can't you just explain like that acronym and what it means and why does it why do you have such an attitude? Like, you can't like get it together to be polite on trial? I don't.
Yep. Yeah. So this particular doctor works for South Shore, I believe, the hospital. And they are a party to the civil suit. So Patrick Clancy, as well as all of the children's estates, are suing, and they have a medical malpractice suit against, I think, all of her,
South Shore,
yeah,
the
all the
specific
psychiatric,
doctors.
yep,
Yeah.
and this hospital as well. So she's probably named in that suit. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. What has she been told in terms of, that civil lawsuit?
Yeah,
And
is there pressure on her? I feel bad if there's pressure on her and really she didn't do anything wrong, but I don't know.
yeah,
I thought it was kind of just unprofessional, like at the very
yep,
least. So
definitely.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll play the rest of it.
Okay.
Right.
If that's what the record states, then yes.
I'm sorry?
If that's what her medical record states, then
Well,
yes.
as you sit here, you don't know what her core body temperature was?
I saw her 3 years ago. I see about 200 patients a
I'm
month.
sure you're very busy, but this is a murder trial, doctor. Did you review your records and your notes?
I'm happy to look at my record if you bring it
Did
here.
you review your records and notes before you came in here today to testify on this case?
Sir, I did, but I don't have a photographic memory.
Did she regain consciousness at all while she was in your emergency room?
No.
Can you tell me what CSF is?
Cerebrospinal fluid?
Yeah. Is that what that is?
But it could
CSF?
be. I'm not sure in what context you're referring to it.
Well, how about if there's a massive leakage of CSF from her nose? What does that tell you as a doctor?
It could mean that there's a skull fracture.
Did you notice any clear fluid coming from her nose?
I did not.
Is that something you would look for?
Yes.
How quickly do you get the results of the x-rays when you're in the emergency room?
Well, these were CT scans, but fairly quickly in a trauma.
I'm sorry, CT scans, x-rays. So you had CT scans that were able to show you the damage to her neck and upper chest, is that right?
Yes.
And what did those CT scans show you?
Well, what I remember is a thoracic spine injury.
And when you say a thoracic spine injury, would you agree that the top part of your neck, your throat area would be cervical, right?
Correct.
And that's when the numbers go C1, 2, or whatever they are. That would be the actual vertebrae in the cervical area of the upper body, correct?
Yes, the cervical spine.
Okay. And then below the cervical spine would be the thoracic spine. Is that correct?
Correct.
And the thoracic spine would be, and sometimes they're delineated as T1, T2, meaning thoracic 1, thoracic 2, all the way down to what, 5 or 6?
12.
I'm sorry?
12.
12. So when you looked at, and the lower portion would be the lumbar. Is that right?
Correct.
Now, when you looked at the CAT scans, did you determine the extent of the injury to the spinal cord?
I could determine the extent of the injury to the bony thoracic spine.
Okay, what was that?
I don't recall exactly the level. I would have to look at the report.
What does that mean? The level of the T?
Correct.
Was her cervical spine injured?
I don't recall. I'd have to look at the report.
Were you aware that her thyroid was crushed?
I don't recall.
Do you know that her cervical spine vertebrae was fractured, destroyed?
I don't recall.
Doesn't that control a person's breathing? Does that have anything to do with breathing?
It can.
What do you remember about looking at the damage to the spinal cord depicted on the CAT scan?
What sticks out most in my mind is her thoracic injury.
Okay, and what was the thoracic injury?
I don't recall the exact level.
What does it mean by effect level?
The exact level.
I'm sorry. Were you aware that there was a complete transection of the spinal cord on T5 and T6?
I'm sure I was aware at the time, yes.
Okay. And just, can you tell me what does it mean when it says a complete transection of the spinal cord at a particular, apparently that would be at thoracic 5 and thoracic 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean with a complete transection?
It means the bones are no longer one on top of the other. They're moved apart.
Were you aware that there was a significant edema noted in her chest?
If that's what the report says.
Okay, and what is edema?
Swelling.
And does it also refer to fluid?
It can.
Did it refer to fluid in this case?
I'm not sure. I would have to read the report.
So in addition to the edema that was...
Maggie, any comment?
No, I was just reading the comments and there's a really, I mean, everybody has some really good thoughts. You know, the chat is really thoughtful. And I said something about this yesterday, but I wanted to reiterate that we do have an opinion, I think, you know, but neither of us have decided, like, we want to see evidence, like we want to see the whole case. That's important to us because both of us, like I talked about how my mind works that way. Like I like to try to figure out, put all the puzzle pieces together, figure out exactly what happened. So though we have an opinion and we are commentating on this, and definitely for me with much more of, I don't know if I would say bias, but just an opinion than a normal reporting that I would do. I don't want anyone to feel alienated and like you don't belong in the chat, or your opinion isn't valid, your feelings aren't valid. I think the point of this trial is that we are talking about this. This needed to be talked about. This was hidden. This was not talked about. It's a huge problem. Women's health, postpartum health, mental health. We really needed to talk about it. And so I don't want I don't want an echo chamber or anything. I want everybody to be able to respectfully talk and learn and think differently and think different ways from what other people say. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think we so often forget that, you know, we need to sort of remember that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And so we can hear all the chatter, we can hear all the conversation from pretrial hearings, the things that are revealed from as a result of those. We can read all the documents that have been released, and we can start to form an opinion. And all of that is good. However, I really like to get, this is why I love true crime. This is why I followed Karen Reed, is I wanted to sit in almost like I was there in person and witness the trial and just sort of hear the evidence and then start to form an opinion. And it's hard because I think as the jury, they're expected to listen to both sides before they start deliberating. And it's naturally hard as a human to not start to form an opinion when you start to hear these different sides. So even when like Patrick was on the stand, I was thinking to myself, okay, all of this is great, right? Like I'm listening to him. He really does seem like he loves Lindsay. But I was also thinking to myself, you don't want to think like somebody's lying on the stand and committing perjury, but you kind of have to think like, is he protecting her? Is he saying certain things to protect her?
Yeah.
And, you can very clearly tell he loved her. He would protect her, would he do that on the stand? I don't know, but those are just the thought processes that I tried to go through, especially when I recognize myself like sort of forming an opinion or having a little bit of a bias. I do try to remember the other side. Let's think worst case scenario. Maybe he's lying. He's trying to protect her. Maybe he's not revealing 100% the actual situation in an effort to protect her. So, I mean, those are just the different thought processes that I go through, just trying to keep in mind both sides and try not to form an opinion too early. But this testimony, I think, was definitely one I wanted to hear. And I think everybody in the chat, Maggie, I think you're all spot on. Like we are sensing a bit of I don't know if it's like she just doesn't want to reveal the full picture. Yeah,
She doesn't want to be there. She's, probably hates Lindsay, maybe hates Reddington, and it's all coming together in one coagulated attitude problem. And it's just unfortunate.
Yep. Yeah. So I think we'll finish this. I think there's just a couple more minutes.
That was noted. Was there edema noted around C7, T1, T2, T3 to T4?
Again, I would have to have the report in front of me.
When you noted her base temperature as being 82 degrees, what does that tell you as a doctor?
It means that her body temperature is lower than normal.
And what is normal?
98.6.
And if a person goes from 98.6 to 82 degrees before you place her in the bear hugger, what does that tell you? Does that affect the body at all?
Yes, the body works ideally at 98.6. So anything outside of that range, not ideal.
To what effect as a doctor? What effect, if any, on the body if a person has an 82 degrees base temperature?
The list of things that could go awry is quite long.
Can you give me an idea, maybe the top three?
She could have a metabolic derangement.
What's a metabolic derangement?
Meaning her body wouldn't be processing things the way that it was before. Her cells are not working the way that they should because it's too cold.
Would you agree with me that when you were looking at the injuries to the wrist and to the both wrists, actually, you noted lacerations in the volar aspect of the wrist?
Yes,
What is a volar? What does that mean?
it's the anterior aspect.
Interior? Okay, thank you. Would you agree that on both wrists there was deep laceration?
I wouldn't characterize them as deep.
You would not? And when you made reference to her being transferred to a tertiary care center, what does that mean?
It means that it's a hospital that has more services and specialized care than we do at our hospital.
Now, when she was at the South Shore Hospital, counsel asked you about whether or not you noted any injuries to her head. You did not notice any bleeding or scrapes or bruises of that nature, right?
Not that I recall.
Did you notice any injuries to her lower body, her legs, her feet, let's say her feet or her buttocks?
I don't recall.
At any time while she was at South Shore Hospital, did she have a cardiac arrest?
Not that I recall.
Do you know she had a cardiac arrest when brought to the Boston Hospital?
Did not know that.
How about blood? Was there any blood transfusion at South Shore Hospital Medical Center?
I don't recall.
Were you aware that she had a massive transfusion of blood once she hit Brigham and Women's?
No,
What does that tell you? Massive transfusion of blood. What does that mean?
I couldn't comment on why they gave it to her.
Were the police in the hospital when she was there with you?
I don't recall.
Was she chained to the bed by handcuffs?
I don't recall.
Go ahead.
You redirect?
I don't recall.
I don't recall. Also,
don't
the way
recall.
she says it, like sometimes she's like, I don't recall. But other times, if it's like the third time in a row she said it, she's like, I don't recall. You know, like the little bit of like hitch in her voice. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
why?
Yep.
So, yeah. So that was the doctor that saw Lindsay in the ER. And yeah, to clarify, she's not like an expert and she's not a prescribing doctor. I saw that in the chat. And so to clarify, like, yeah, she wasn't like her regular doctor. She's just, you know, saw her.
ER.
But we would
Yeah.
all like to know, since I think it's really important to know what Lindsay's injuries were like right away, because the DA is saying, you know, the cuts were superficial, it wasn't a real attempt at taking her life. So, you know, when you get out from the testimony that, you know, her spinal cord was severed, you're like, oh, well, yeah, I think that's significant. And this lady doesn't even want to answer anything.
Right.
And
Yep.
maybe the civil suit timing is poor. I don't know, but I think that she could have been more polite and professional and just more willing to offer some medical testimony, even if she doesn't
Yeah.
recall Lindsay's case. Like,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep. Deb Martin, the comment left. Deb Martin says she's the Tristan Morris of this trial.
Oh yeah, that's a good analogy.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
this-
was like, here we go. Like this kind of crap just gets me a little upset. But
yeah.
all right. So this one is Dr. Shai. Anything you want to say before we watch this one?
No, I'm just really glad you have this clip. This was probably the biggest, most important witness of the day for me. She spoke very clearly. And frankly, I think so.
Yep. Okay.
And then your last visit with her was February 22nd, 2023, correct?
Yes.
And again, she indicated she was hopeful about treatment at Spalding?
Yes.
She was future oriented,
Yes.
and she denied suicidal ideation, homicidal ideation.
Yes.
She denied audio hallucination, visual hallucination, and anything else of that nature.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tree Rankin.
Afternoon. So, Doctor, from your testimony, and correct me if I'm wrong, was she, to your opinion and your experience, an honest patient telling you what her symptoms were, if any?
Objection.
That's an evaluation in the psychiatric.
I'll allow that question.
Yes.
In other words, she didn't go off and try to exaggerate to you and say, I'm seeing visions and I'm hearing voices and I'm suicidally ideated and I'm homicidally ideated. She didn't say any of those things to you, did she?
No.
She actually denied them, right?
Correct.
So this is not, in your opinion, someone who was trying to exaggerate her conditions for some legal reason, correct?
No.
And you obviously were in close contact with her for about a month, right?
That's right.
Just a couple of questions. Counsel asked you whether or not, and I think it may have been in the beginning in January, that you had difficulty understanding her. Obviously, after removing the tubes and everything else, you're able to talk with her, correct?
Correct.
And you knew that one of the concerns, if you will, was postpartum issues. You knew that, right?
Yes.
And in your experience as a psychiatrist, you're familiar with the concept of postpartum psychosis, correct?
Yes.
And you know that people can communicate and plan and act on plans, even if they're in the middle of a psychosis, right?
Yes.
You don't have to be drooling and stumbling and unable to walk and talk to be in a psychosis, do you?
No.
So in other words, a person can be in a psychosis and can communicate to friends, family, people, talk, correct? So you didn't, as counsel asked, you didn't have any difficulty understanding her. She wasn't slurring her words or anything like that when she was able to talk.
Right.
Okay. One of the things that when she was admitted, and then without going through, I'm not going to go through all the stuff we've already talked about with her medical condition and everything else, you indicated that she was very, very ill, correct?
Correct.
Did she appear to be cooperative to you when you would interact with her?
Yes.
As a doctor, as a psychiatrist, you're familiar with bipolar, the concept of a bipolar diagnosis, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell me what bipolar means?
Yeah, so bipolar disorder is a mood disorder, categorized as a mood disorder, where patients have distinct depressive episodes, as well as, depending on the type of bipolar disorder, either hypomanic episodes or manic episodes, to the point where they don't sleep for days, they still have lots of energy, there's this decreased need for sleep, there could be irritability, there can be impulsiveness, racing thoughts. A lot of patients describe that they're out of control of their behavior. And then severe episodes can also include psychosis.
And in reference to bipolar, as you were referring to, when somebody is hypomanic, what does hypomanic mean?
Yeah, it's a lesser degree of mania. So when patients are hypomanic, they don't always experience things like psychosis, but they might experience some of the other symptoms that I described, including racing thoughts, kind of moving too quickly, talking too quickly, being irritable.
And as it relates to the hypomania, would that include things such as somebody who is getting up early in the morning and exercising, or cleaning out their house, or selling their property out of a garage and having difficulty sleeping and they're awake all night?
Yes.
As a psychiatrist, one of the things you were concerned about when you were first started to deal with her, as well as when you were releasing her, if you will, is the medication that she had on board, so to speak, when she came into the hospital, right?
Yes.
Do you remember, and I know it's difficult to recall offhand, but do you recall the medications that she was actually under from purposes of taking her blood when it was tested?
When she first came to the hospital?
Yeah, if you know.
I believe her medication list for, previous to the incident, she was on amitriptyline, diazepam, I believe she was also on prescribed lorazepam, and there may have been one other.
Okay. So looking at that, if I tell you that there was a toxicology report done on her as of January 24th by way of taking her blood. You're familiar with that, right? When they analyze for toxicology. And toxicology obviously would tell us what the medications, if any, what type of drugs she had on board, booze, cocaine, anything, right?
Yes.
And you're aware that the toxicology report, as well as the report from the Department of State Police, as well as the NMS laboratory, which would be in Pennsylvania. So that's an international or a national respected laboratory, isn't it? The NMS lab, if you know?
I don't know.
Okay. But you know that they did take her blood, they did test her blood, and it was at the state police laboratory as well as any other labs that tested it, right?
Yes, I believe I found that out later. I did not know that the first time I saw her because those labs take a little bit of time to come
Sure.
back.
And you treated her for about a month, so you were pretty
That's
close
right.
to her and got to know her quite well.
Yes.
Would you agree with me that one of the things that her blood reflected or that she was on was trazodone?
Yes.
And can you tell me what trazodone is?
Yeah, trazodone is an antidepressant medication. It's more often utilized as a sleep aid because of one of the side effects is sedation. And so patients that are often having difficulty sleeping are placed on trazodone.
And is trazodone, does that share some of the qualities of what I refer to as SSRIs, even though it's not an SSRI, it shares similar qualities?
Yes.
Can you tell me what SSRI means?
Yeah, so that's a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and it's a class of medications that are antidepressants.
And the SSRIs, that would also include Zoloft, for example?
Correct.
Would also include Prozac, for example?
Yes.
Are you as a psychiatrist aware that Zoloft and or SSRI Prozac should not be prescribed to a patient who has bipolar?
Yeah, it can be prescribed. Oftentimes it's prescribed together with another medication that can be protective because patients with bipolar disorder may be experiencing depression. And so they may be prescribed an antidepressant, but along with another medication that what we call protective.
And in reference to the SSRIs, the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, what does that mean? Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. What does that mean?
Yeah, so oftentimes in depression, patients are kind of lacking serotonin in the spaces in their brain that helps.
Can I interrupt you? What is serotonin?
Yes, serotonin is a neurotransmitter. So it's a hormone in the brain that works on the brain. It works in other areas in the body as well, but for these purposes, it works in the brain at nerve endings throughout the body. And that neurotransmitter helps with things like mood regulation. For patients with depression, they're often lacking kind of that ability to have enough serotonin in those spaces. And so a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor prevents serotonin being kind of sucked back into the cell. So it allows for serotonin to be more available.
And what is an SSA? What does that mean? Antagonist, selective serotonin antagonist.
So those are medications that kind of do the opposite.
Okay. And you knew as a psychiatrist, at least looking at her history, you knew that she had been seeing psychiatrists immediately prior to her suicide attempt, correct?
Correct.
And you knew that she had been prescribed a number of drugs by these various psychiatrists, correct?
Correct.
And to your knowledge, was she prescribed diazepam?
Yes.
Valium? Was she prescribed buspirone, otherwise known as Vanspar?
Yes.
About Wellbutrin?
Yes.
And what is Wellbutrin? Is that an antidepressant?
It is an antidepressant.
Hydroxyzine. What is hydroxyzine?
It can be used for a number of reasons, but for psychiatric purposes, it's often used as an anti-anxiety medication.
And Klonopin.
Yes.
Is hydroxyzine, is that a, strike that. Klonopin, that's a benzodiazepam, right?
That's correct.
And then lamotrigine.
Yep, lamotrigine.
Sorry.
Yes.
What type of medication is that? Is that a mood stabilizer?
It is. Yeah, it's also an anti-seizure medication, but in the psychiatric.
All right, Maggie, this one's pretty long. Do you think we hit the most important points?
Yeah.
Any comment?
Everything I have written down. And
Okay.
I think that's a good place to stop. So
Okay.
I wanted to first say she just kindly and professionally answered the questions about like simple medical stuff. Like he would ask her, "What is that?" And she's like, "Yeah, so," and that I think is the difference. And that could be something really simple that the jury, would be like, this lady seems so honest and genuine, whereas the defensive lady is kind of like, why is she like that? You might just trust her
Yeah.
less. So I think it's as simple as that, the attitude issue.
Yep.
And I really appreciated how educational she was. I think it probably helped a lot for introducing, scratching the surface of the medical stuff, what the meds were and how they work. And I don't think we had gotten into that. And I thought she did a really good job explaining that stuff.
Yeah. Definitely, more forthcoming with information. Yeah, much more easy to listen to. Didn't really see that attitude we saw earlier. I enjoyed this one, and I think for me, one of the main things that stuck out was the mention about the psychosis and being able to sort of live a normal life. She clearly answered our question of, can someone go to the store or, do normal things while they have symptoms of psychosis? And her answer was yes.
Yeah,
I
thought
don't
that was
remember the
so
exact
important. I
word.
wrote that full quote down. And
Did you? Okay, please read it because I know I got it wrong.
no, so no, it's okay. She said that you can communicate and act on plans even with psychosis.
There
And
you go.
I thought that was such a clear way to put it.
Yes.
I mean, just makes sense. I think the jury can connect with that. And it's important. It goes to the very crux of the case, I think.
Yep.
Because I think part of the prosecution argument is like, well, she called CVS and she did all of this and all of the plans. And specifically, we're able to get testimony that says you can act on plans even with psychosis.
Yep.
So
this whole picture that the prosecution presented at the beginning, which was like she was at the water park, she was doing all these like fun family things, taking care of children, going to the doctor's office, and then the events happen shortly after.
yeah, and it's just like not saying that necessarily that was the case with Lindsay. We're not there yet, but it's the like first step to being like, okay, it's possible. It's possible she had psychosis. And I also thought that some important things she testified about was Reddington was asking about if she could tell if Lindsay was faking or malingering for like a legal reason, if she was lying about the psychosis. And
Mhm.
I don't have that quote written down, but that's essentially what she said. And I thought that was really important because the prosecution has insinuated that that she was only
Yep.
saying she heard a voice. In their opening statements, they said that she heard a voice telling her to kill the kids, and she never heard it again. She heard, never heard it before, never heard it again. And that doctor would have an important role in discerning that. And she was the psychiatrist that saw Lindsay for about a month. So if she truly believes that matters. And also, she noted that you can have a brain injury and a normal CT. Lindsay's CT came back positive or normal, not positive, came back normal for acute brain stuff. And the prosecution highlighted that, but this doctor, I believe it was not even on cross. I believe it was to the prosecution. She said, you can still have a brain injury and a normal CT. So that's just the important medical testimony. This is stuff that's like we needed to know. We needed
Yep.
to know. So
Yeah,
that's all I had
I
for her.
suspect the CT, and the medical professionals in the chat can tell us. I think the CT is like sort of like a step one, and then maybe they do MRI to go a little bit more in depth. Unfortunately, I have had my own head injury, and I know when I had my head injury, that was like the first place that they took me was CT. And then I think based on that, then they do something a little bit more in depth. But yeah, x-rays and CTs seems to be the ER first thing. So yeah. All right. Anything else other than before we move on to Dr. Biswas next?
Yes,
I
that's
think-
who I wanted to move on to.
Okay. All right. Let me share my screen. Do you want to lead us into this one? Who is she?
So
What did she?
Dr. Biswas, if we're saying that correctly, I don't know. She's a forensic psychiatrist at
Okay.
the Brigham Hospital.
Okay.
But she saw Lindsay in working in capacity as a staff consult. So she wasn't like there to like be an expert in this case or something, but she is a forensic psychiatrist, and she was actually there, we find out through the testimony, to assess Lindsay's suicidality, how
Okay.
that level was. She was there working in that capacity. She spent about 20 minutes with her, I believe she says.
Mhm.
And she just has some interesting things to say.
Okay. All right. Let's play this one.
Afternoon.
So just a couple of questions. When counsel was asking you about psychosis, apparently you've dealt with people, some of your patients, while you're working in the hospital that in fact were florid. They had psychosis and symptoms of psychosis.
Yes.
So you've dealt with people, is it a fair amount of people that would actually hear voices?
Yes, I've seen many patients that are hearing voices.
And were they, to your knowledge, were they involved with command hallucinations, things of that nature?
My patients in the past?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A fair large amount of people that you've treated over the years that have suffered from command hallucinations, hearing voices, delusions, things of that nature, right?
In my career, yes.
Yeah. And do you know whether or not there had been any indication from Lindsay as to, well, in the hospital, having any delusions or psychosis symptoms of that nature, if you know?
So I saw her, she had only been in the hospital for a day and a half.
Right.
And I hadn't heard about any psychotic delusions
And that's
from anybody.
what you saw, though. I mean, as far as you, like, how often would you see her?
I see. I saw her one time.
Once. Okay. How long were you evaluating her?
Probably because she was intubated, it was
Just asking how long.
about 20 to 30 minutes.
20 minutes, 30 minutes? And a psychosis, is a psychosis, to your knowledge, something that has to continue, or does it stop?
It absolutely depends on the patient. It depends on their age, how many episodes of psychosis they have had. It depends on the type of psychosis we're seeing. For some people, they can have moments of clarity, absolutely. And for some, it can be more continuous. It really depends on the patient and their illness.
Okay. So basically, you're saying that it would be case specific?
Yes.
All right. And in the 20 minutes or so that you had when you're dealing with Lindsay, were you aware of her prior medical and psychiatric history?
When we get consulted on a case, we...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm asking, were you aware of her medical and psychiatric history?
I was aware of the portion that was in the medical record before I saw her.
Okay, so that would deal with as far as postpartum psychosis?
Could you ask that question again?
When you looked at the medical record and
Yes.
when you were involved evaluating her on behalf of the hospital, because you weren't a psychiatrist that her mother or father had retained and asked to go see her, right?
Correct.
You were working for the hospital.
I was working for Brigham and Women's Hospital.
And you had spoken to a number of people before you interacted with her for the 20 minutes that you saw her while she was there for a month, right?
No.
Okay. Now, were you aware of her history of documented postpartum depression?
I was aware of mostly the postpartum anxiety that was in the record, yes.
And postpartum anxiety, the symptomology would be insomnia?
Yes,
And
can be.
did she have insomnia prior to seeing you for 20 minutes?
Yes.
And do you recall the length of time that she would be suffering from insomnia? Was it like a week, a day, a month, or what?
I don't recall the timing exactly.
Do you recall that at one point that she was on medication and actually went for 48 hours without sleep?
I don't recall that exactly from the record, that number.
Do you recall, in addition to the insomnia, that she was concerned as asking you if, in fact, her brain was broken?
She asked me, is my body broken?
Okay. Did you see in the records that she was concerned about the effect of the drugs and whether or not her brain was broken, quote unquote?
I did not see that language in the records.
How about acting on command hallucinations, conversations or statements to the effect that she was having thoughts of suicidal ideation? You know that, right?
I did know about the suicidal ideation, yes.
How many times did she express to people that she would tell people that she had been concentrating on committing suicide? If you know.
I don't recall the number of times.
So in any event, you know that she was insomnia. You know that there was a significant period of time that she was suffering from insomnia. You knew that she was expressing suicidal ideation. How about homicidal ideation? Did she express that?
Not from my review of the records.
Okay. Would that be indicative of a person that could be in psychosis expressing concerns about homicidal ideation?
Objection.
No. Overall, allow it.
Sorry, I don't know that question. Could you repeat that question?
Sure. Is that one of the factors that one would be concerned about as a psychiatrist if a person was expressing homicidal ideation?
I would be concerned about that as a psychiatrist.
And in fact, in this case, you knew at least about the suicidal ideation that she had been expressing, right?
Yes.
But you didn't know about any homicidal ideation she was expressing, right?
From the records or
prior to coming to see you for 20 minutes?
I knew that there was an event that had occurred and that
3 children died. That's the event you're referring to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Next question.
Now, as far as the period of time that she was involved with, by the way, what's hypomania?
Hypomania is sort of the gradual increase towards mania, the symptoms that we see in somebody who might have bipolar disorder. And with bipolar disorder, we see mixed depression and we see mania and we see symptoms that kind of gradually increase to mania. And we call that period hypomania.
Did she exhibit, to your knowledge from the medical records, any periods of hypomania? Excessive cleaning, exercise, or activities, being awake at night, things of that nature?
At that moment, on January 26th, I don't remember reading about that.
Okay. Do you have any memory of reading about it at all, other than that moment? As a treating physician, a doctor, psychiatrist?
I don't remember.
So what is your purpose at the hospital? I mean, you're not treating the person for any illness that they have as far as their mental condition, right? You're not treating them.
We are.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
So you're concerned about, obviously, their symptomology, if any, that they present at the time that you're looking at them and talking to them, or in this case, she couldn't talk, but
She couldn't talk and she was going into surgery, and we had recommended suicidal precautions. We had recommended trauma-informed care so that she was getting the care that she needed. She was going to go into surgery. And then after that, we were going to continue to follow her and assess her and make sure that we were evaluating her appropriately and making recommendations to the surgical team for the care that she needed.
You all set?
Objection.
Yeah. Next.
So when you're dealing with this person that's going into surgery, did you know what type of surgery she was going in for?
At the time, we knew that she was going into surgery for her spine.
Did you know what happened with her spine?
I knew that she had injuries to her spine.
Did you know that there was a transection injury, that her spine was basically exploded in T5, T6, other thoracic vertebrae fractured, including the cervical vertebrae up by her throat? You knew all that?
We were reading about it. It was all actively happening at that time.
Was she in pain?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
sure she was.
Was she on medication?
Yeah, she was on a few medications related to pain and blood pressure.
So she's brought into the hospital. You knew from reviewing her records as a psychiatrist that in fact she coded the day before, right?
I don't recall her coding the day before I saw her. I do recall from the records that she had a coding event after, I think on the 27th or 28th.
Okay, so you were not involved with her when she coded. Did you know that she had any events of that nature right after she was brought from the South Shore Hospital?
I don't know what you're referring to.
You know what a code is, right?
Yes.
Did she almost die before you saw her?
I think it was after.
Okay. How about perfusion, blood in the body and tubes being inserted into her chest? Did you know that from looking at the records?
I think that happened after, but I don't recall because I don't have the records on me.
Okay. So did you know that she had massive transfusions?
Not at the...
On this jury that it was after she saw you that she coded, had transfusions, had double tubes put into her both sides of her lungs. It's your testimony that it was after she saw you? You don't know, do you?
My understanding is the surgery happened after I saw her.
Oh, the surgery did. I'm asking you about the massive transfusions. I'm asking you about the tubes being inserted so that the 300 milligrams or whatever it is of blood can be perfused or taken out of her chest cavity. I'm asking about whether or not you knew that she had coded. I'm not asking about the surgery. Obviously, that took place after you saw her, right?
Objection asked and answered.
No, overruled.
Because that's why you were talking to her, right? To see if she could make an informed consent to a surgery, I guess.
No, I was called for the suicidal ideation.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said that you wanted to talk to her about the surgery as well.
No.
The suicidal ideation continues to this day, does it not?
Objection.
Sustained.
Did the suicidal ideation that you were concerned about continue the time that she was in Brigham and Women's Hospital for a month?
I saw her one time.
Right, I know that, 20 minutes, right?
Yes.
So you know nothing about suicidal ideation after you saw her intubated and then laying in the bed, and then you talked to her as you've discussed with the jury, right?
That's correct.
That's it.
That's correct.
How about the cops? How many cops were there?
I don't recall.
There were some, right? There were armed men in that room, were there not?
I don't recall. I think they were outside the room, if I remember correctly, from 3 years ago.
Okay, I know it's been a while. Do you recall armed police officers being outside the room?
I think I don't recall.
Do you have any memory of any police officers being outside the room where she was laying in that bed?
I knew she was in custody, and generally in custody.
No, not generally. Let's talk about Lindsay Clancy.
I can't recall.
Okay. Did you know that she couldn't even have visitors in the sense that the police would not even let her mother or father visit with her?
I can't recall.
Did you know that when you were dealing with her, was she handcuffed to the side of the gurney or the stretcher?
She had a soft restraint, according to my documentation.
Soft restraints, okay.
Yes.
Did you have any conversation with the police at all?
No.
And after you spoke to her for 20 minutes, that really ended your involvement with Lindsay Clancy until today, right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Redirect.
So I felt like I don't know what to totally make of this witness because she seemed genuine, but there was a lot of I don't recalls. I feel like Reddington successfully shook her up. I don't know why exactly he needed to go after her. Like her. I don't feel like what she had to say was that detrimental. The prosecution mainly brought her to talk about when Lindsay was using a whiteboard to communicate to this psychiatrist. And the first thing which I wrote down, which was significant to me, was that she said she was horrified. That's how Lindsay said she was feeling. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, that's incredibly, like that's how we all feel. That's just the best word to use. Horrified when you hear about this tragedy and everything that happened. And then I think the prosecution really just wanted to talk about the second thing Lindsay said, which was, do I have a lawyer? And, put that as some admission of guilt or sign of guilt. And I didn't think it came off as that big of a deal. So I don't know. I thought it was good. It was a good cross by Reddington. And it was interesting that she kept looking at the jury a little bit. She definitely looked shook. I think she probably is under pressure from the hospital in what she can say. But I think that she handled that pressure a lot better than the ER doctor who, had an attitude.
Yeah. I agree. What stood out to me here is that this particular doctor was with her for 20 to 30 minutes. She admitted to 20 minutes. That is a very short period of time, in my opinion. She wasn't as combative as I think that first one, she was forthcoming with information. I think what really stood out to me was this end here where he mentions the officers that were in her room. He does mention that the officers are in her room. However, there are times when he also mentions they're outside her room. So I'm not really sure if there's documentation that they were inside her room, but that's neither here nor there. It made me think of a Twitter post I saw yesterday by I think her first name is Lori Mullen. She is a attorney, and I think we've seen her quite often on the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. Let me get this added to the stage. Why won't it go? So this is her post here. She says, I think Attorney Reddington is a great attorney for a case like this. He is very blunt and to the point. I think jurors appreciate that. I came across this motion affidavit, and that really the highlighted portion is, she's saying this this explains well his approach. And this highlighted section here, I'm not even sure. This looks like an affidavit from a motion for discovery. But this last point here, this information is required as I wish to interview these individuals as it relates to their observations of the defendant while she was in the hospital room and they were sitting in there guarding her while she lay there paralyzed, period. Like
There's
this
something
is
with those cops
mic
he
drop.
wants to get to. That's important to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this lady can't move outside
Yeah.
her bed where she lay, but they were guarding her, just in case, I guess she ever.
We're ghosts.
We are. There we go.
Oh.
Just in case she, I guess, regained function in her legs and she started trying to run. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great mic drop for Attorney Reddington right there.
Yeah, showing that she's being treated unfairly. Really, I mean, I think that's how you could see it. It's silly.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
There was some good comments. I'm trying to scroll up to see them, but it's difficult. But someone pointed out that he was saying Joe Dear No Fear said he made an argument about how little they know when they only see the patient for 20 minutes. Thank you. It wasn't him going after the witness, but a reputation of the system. And that's totally true. That's a really good point, and clicks with me that it shows the systemic issue here. That this happened because of healthcare providers. That's the defense and the civil suit. That's the point, is that this system is broken, and this woman is giving her opinion and observations, and it was only a 20-minute thing once.
Right. Yes.
So.
Yep. I agree. There's so many aspects, I think, of this that aren't being sort of highlighted. One of them that I know from personal and professional experience is the actual sort of like the way to have a patient seek out and obtain psychiatric treatment. It is so difficult for someone to know that they need to be seen, okay, for like a mental health thing. They know they're not feeling well. It could be depression. It could be something as serious as psychosis, like they're hearing things. They don't know where to go. And, I think maybe our first step is like sort of a primary care doctor, right? Now, primary care doctors aren't experts in the psychiatric field, so they can assess you and they can say, hey, here's a good doctor to go to. Well, if they go to that doctor and they run into a challenge such as, oh, this doctor isn't in network with my insurance, then where do they go? Okay. Mm-hmm. Patients don't know that once they, come across a challenge that they don't need to go, that they don't know how to work through. A lot of patients don't realize that like your insurance company is a great resource for you. And unfortunately, I think, we have the commercial insurance companies, but then we also have our sort of state, federal run programs, right? So like your Medicaid. And not just Medicaid, but I don't know about you guys in Massachusetts, we have Medicaid managed care. So you have your traditional Medicaid coverage through the state, and then you have these managed care plans, and they're almost like a bit of a third party. I mean, the amount of friction that you have in this process from patient knowing they have symptoms of something to actually getting treatment can be the biggest headache for a a patient. I know personally, I have had so many issues just trying to find a provider. And nowadays we have, providers that we can see in person. Now you have providers you can see remotely. And not a lot of those remote providers have the option to be seen in person. There are times, like, for example, a therapy, counseling, when you want to go sit and talk with a physician about, I don't know, like talk it out, group therapy, couples therapy, all those things. Like sometimes you want to sit there and actually have a face-to-face conversation in person. And what if you can't find that? So then you have to go to remote. And then some people are just not totally on board with remote, and that's okay. But I think, a patient like with Lindsay, she had some serious symptoms. And it sounds like she was being seen remote, and those visits were sometimes 15 to 20 minutes. Not a lot can happen in 15 to 20 minutes. When you see those medical documents that are a picture of your visit, they are on average, I would say, 3 pages in length for a runny nose. A psychiatric visit might be a little bit longer, obviously. All of that documentation is usually a technical feature, okay? I know many people are aware of Epic. So Epic is like the medical documentation system that you'll see in hospitals and doctors' offices. And Epic is an amazing platform. It can bring in all kinds of information. Our doctors are not spending time, or they don't want to be spending time on documentation. They want to be spending time on patient care. And so these software companies have sort of, made it very easy for doctors to create their notes. I think it's, created a space of, is our medical documentation good these days?
Yes, it's not. I want to share a little story.
Go for it.
One of my doctors, it was a mental health thing. One of my doctors a long time ago was using Dragon, which was like what you had to do, that you speak into the microphone and it transcribes it, puts it
Yes.
on the screen. That's what you had to do 10 years ago, and well, longer than that. But so he did that, and also he was old, and he was terrible. When I got my medical records back to go to a new provider because we moved,
Mhm.
we found that he basically had me mixed up with other patients or something. I don't know if he's
Oh,
copying and pasting stuff.
goodness.
He said that my aunt died and it really affected me and all of this weird stuff. He was talking about how I was wearing a 1940s newsboy style hat and a shirt that was too tight. And it's like, what kind of medical documentation is this? And so it was all,
Yep.
some of it was right. Some of
Yep.
it was like, she's depressed. But like the details were weird and wrong. So yeah, that
So
was
Amy Redding says they copy and paste a lot. I read my notes and some of them literally say the same thing when I know I brought up concerns, but it wasn't documented. Yes. There's a very popular saying in the medical field that if it wasn't documented, it wasn't done. So don't try and bill something that's not documented, because those insurance companies will for sure take that money back real quick.
Yeah, that sucks too. Like, it's not just like helpful notes for the record, it's for billing purposes, And so he wrote this, in my case, he wrote this stuff that was like totally wrong. And it's going to the insurance company and it's like on my record like forever. And yeah, by the way, just want to say, if there's any other military affiliated people here with TRICARE, I always say that you don't need a referral at all with TRICARE mental health care. And I think a lot of insurances, you can just go pick a provider. You can go through your insurance to help find one. TRICARE has a great find a doctor wizard, and you don't need a referral, just get the help you need. So
Yeah. So I wanted to just lastly touch on the Epic. I know there were some comments about Epic. So when you go to a doctor or a hospital and they have Epic, many times they can see your records in other clinics, other doctors, maybe even other hospitals. Here in Texas, and I don't know if it's this way in Massachusetts, you guys will have to tell me, there are specific laws that sort of prevent psychiatric records from being shared. So even with a patient, if you're requesting your records be sent, you have to give specific approval to psychiatric because they will not automatically send them. I think medical is sort of bundled in together when you give permission, but psychiatric is completely separate. Same if you're, requesting information personally, you have to sign a specificity in a document that states I want everything medical and psychiatric. And so I'm kind of curious if it's that way in Massachusetts, and if these physicians did have Epic, did they have access to all of her records? I don't know.
yeah, would they? I mean, I believe that she did testify and say that she saw there was treatment for postpartum anxiety. So, she at least saw that. I don't know how much she could see, but yeah.
Was it postpartum anxiety or was it postpartum depression?
I think she said anxiety.
Okay.
That stuck out in my brain,
Okay.
but she might have said both.
Okay. I thought it was postpartum depression, which we were also sort of waiting for confirmation of if she had a postpartum diagnosis. So when I heard this in the testimony, I was thinking to myself, okay, so he is specifically stating that her medical record is stating postpartum, I thought depression, in her history. And you have to really listen to his words. So if you guys have ever read your medical record for a visit, there is a specific section for history of present illness. And under that section, there's going to be pretty much any diagnosis that you've ever had. If it's Epic, they can pull in all of that stuff super fast. And the doctors can, check certain boxes if it pertains to this current visit. And so I think that's what he's speaking to in terms of she did have postpartum depression, anxiety listed in her history for that visit. Now, my question is, and again, sort of trying not to have bias, right? Trying to think of both sides of this argument. If a patient has postpartum depression listed, okay, and she's currently postpartum, is that diagnosis tied to a previous pregnancy or is it this pregnancy? And if it's not this pregnancy, can a patient have postpartum depression automatically if they had it in the previous one? Or are patients more at risk for postpartum depression if they had it in the previous pregnancy? I'm assuming it can be black and white, you had it with the last one, but you don't have it with this one. And so there's that argument there, yeah, maybe she was at risk for postpartum depression. And that would be something the doctor would take into consideration at this current visit. But I don't believe that it's sort of automatic assumed just because she had it with the last one, she has it with this one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I definitely think because in my case, I had depression prior to having babies. And so it was a huge thing that my doctors always checked up with me on. They were worried, said I was a higher risk to have postpartum issues, and that was something that they always brought up and talked to me about. So I would think it would be flagged, but if it wasn't, and maybe that's part of the civil suit, is like they weren't paying attention to her risk factor. I don't know, but I definitely think she was more at risk. So
Yeah. I see some comments in the chat. Jana Island, she works at a hospital. She uses Epic, and she doesn't like charting. So she doesn't like, doing those documentations. And she does it as quickly as possible, and it's probably not the best quality. And I have a feeling that is common. Doctors just don't want to deal with the documentation.
yeah.
Somebody else says, this is Catherine Williams. My doctor uses an AI app that transcribes our conversation. I have seen those. That is interesting. But yeah, it sounds like AI is now listening to our conversation with our doctor and then sort of writing the documentation. I'm really eager. I think it's occurring. I'm really eager to see when we go from sort of like a voice transcription of the visit to an actual billing of the services.
And that would have to be, oh gosh, I could imagine so many problems with that. That would have to have like a lot of kinks worked out. You would have to be like very like eagle-eyed looking at and making sure that's right, because billing errors happen all the time now. So that could be good though. That I'm in favor of carefully incorporating AI into the transcription and medical record keeping.
Yeah. And it takes away that sort of I don't know, like a perspective or a bias that I think we see often. But then again, like you think about errors, what kind of bias is the AI going to pick up? Yeah, it's super interesting. And that's why they get paid a lot of money, I think, those AI people.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine. And it brings a whole other layer of like federal government, right? Because I'm assuming the federal government is going to get involved in this kind of stuff and say yay or nay. With the amount of audits that we have in healthcare, like I can only imagine there's going to be a whole freaking division of audits for the AI.
Yeah.
If this ever, comes to fruition. So, yeah.
What did you see what Freddie said?
AI has gone too far. Last night I saw Moons in a red wig.
I heard about that.
Yes. We renamed the channel to the Mooney Bin, and I thought, you know what? Like, I guess I'm gonna have to play along with this. Incorporate some silly, some funny. This is probably a side you guys haven't seen of me. I think that was a bit of friction with my co-host on Ocean Moons Live. Is I definitely wanted to incorporate just more fun, and we see how far Jess goes. She's such an inspiration. I definitely can't do a Cartman impression. I can't do any of that. So, but I have no problem changing my hair color.
Speaking of fun, I said we weren't going to spend as much time on Clancy, but we had such great conversation today that we did spend quite a lot of time on Clancy. I think maybe we should cut it there. I don't know if you wanted to go over the journal entries, which are pretty important, but also heavy.
Yeah. I'll do a little self-promotion. I will share my channel since this got brought up. I actually I didn't read them. I played the video of the journal entries yesterday on my live last night on my channel. So this is the new channel, the Mooney Bin. If you're already subscribed to Ocean Moon's Live, it should automatically, sort of transition you over. You'll just see this new face in your feed. That's me. Let me see if I can get so this is me last night.
Whoa.
Oh, this
What's
is
that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys,
this is me last night with a little change of hair color. Okay. I have another one. It's blue. So
Is that tonight's plan? Are you
this-
going live in a blue wing?
I
Or
don't
is it-
know. We'll
We'll have
see.
to wait and see.
Yeah,
Which
we'll have to
opinion?
wait and see. It's like a last minute decision type thing. Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, on this episode, towards the end, I did play the journal entries, and we talked about all that was sort of brought out in me emotionally yesterday when I read this. Many of you I know follow Melanie Little. After the journal entries, you could definitely tell she had an emotional reaction to it. So if you weren't able to see either my episode or the court coverage yesterday, it's definitely a must watch.
To be clear, it's Lindsay Clancy's journal entries about motherhood, and it is very important, but it is also like you're gonna feel some feelings. So.
Yes. I think, I think Jess has brought this up before. When she heard the 911 call on her way home on 24 and 24, she had a bit of reaction in terms of, she doesn't understand why she is here, why she's in the courtroom, why she is witnessing this. She's asking questions such as, why are we all here? Why did this happen? It just feels wrong on so many levels. It's hard. It's hard to deal with that these things occur.
It feels unnatural. I think we talked about that. I think that's a good word for it. It feels unnatural to witness this.
Yep.
Whole thing.
Yes. I think that's a great way to put it. And it was Jennifer on Post Woke World who she explained that she had a phone call with her mom. Both Jennifer and her mom are medical professionals. I know Jennifer is a physician assistant. And I think Jennifer, sort of posed the question to her mom very similarly, like, why? I can't believe we are here. Why is this happening? This just doesn't make any sense. Just sort of, emotionally moved by everything. And this was before the trial started. And I really liked the message that Jennifer shared from her mom, which was maybe we need to hear this. Maybe there is something that needs to be revealed to society. And I think that's the truth. I think for Karen Reed, me personally, I needed to be brought out of my naiveness that police officers are, yeah, that's not happening, and it is very much happening. And I think we turn a blind eye. We don't want to think about these things. I think we want to, have pride in our country and our healthcare system. And there's a lot wrong, a lot. It's not good. It is not a good thing. It's not well functioning. It's not efficient. It's very much, in my opinion, a business where, the bottom line is the most important. Your care, your health is not the most important. But, you know, I think on other different levels, like as far as women's health and postpartum health, what women go through after they have children, and not just in those first 6 weeks, but Lindsay
sorry.
Clancy, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, kitty, kitty. I think in her journal entry, she mentions one of the babies is 4 months old or about to be 4 months old. And so this can continue. These sort of thoughts and emotions can continue for months into a postpartum phase. So I'll leave it at that. If you guys, I don't want to spoil it for you if you didn't see it, but it's definitely a must watch. It's at the end of yesterday's trial coverage, and then we did go over it at the end of my live yesterday. I'll put my link in the chat and I'll do my best to pin it.
Yeah, so sorry that we kind of did end up spending so much time on Clancy. It really was dense medical testimony and very important yesterday. So I'm glad we had a good conversation here that was respectful and really just insightful. So do we want to try to end with some fun, because that's like heavy stuff, or
Yeah,
do we have
yeah.
time for the game?
Yeah, the baseball thing.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so guys, yesterday we were supposed to do this, but we weren't prepared. So, okay, yesterday was the trade deadline for MLB. Okay, and it's a big deal. It's like teams get all their players, like you either buy or you sell players. Like you want to buy, you're hot right now, you're trying to go to the playoffs. Okay, so it's a big deal. All these trades happen. And since I love baseball, and I know Jess does, Yankees are her team. Yankees are also my mom's team, so they have a special place in my heart. The Padres are my team, and the Rangers are Moon's team. Did you get the Rangers pictures?
I did. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
got them.
So the premise of this game is that let's see, we are building a bunny baseball team based entirely on these players' looks and vibes. Okay, the aura, all of it. All of it. Okay. And this game is called Draft Him or Dump Him. Okay. We are going to build this baseball team. It can be, if we have to have a full 40-man roster, we can have a full 40-man roster. Like it's whatever the size, but we don't want anyone that doesn't deserve to be on the bunny baseball team to sneak onto the bunny baseball team. So if you're getting a bad vibe, then we will dump him. We will dump him from the team. So we have players, the starting lineups for the Padres, the Yankees, and the Rangers. And we're just going to look at the photos. In chat, we would like you to just kind of like, you could say the vibe you get, or you could say draft him or dump him. You could give a reason, not give a reason. And then we're going to, build our baseball team based on who we draft. Okay.
All right. So I don't have names.
Oh yeah.
I do for mine, but for yours, I don't have names.
Yeah.
Do we need names?
This is Jazz Chisholm. And I'm not really gonna give descriptions like of them, because the whole point is that I want everybody.
We're judging them on looks.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm gonna pull up. Yeah, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Draft him or dump him.
All right.
Moons,
So
how do you feel?
Oh, you want my opinion or the chat's opinion, or both?
Both.
Okay. This is the first one. I never take the first one. Sorry. So I'm going to say dump. I need
Okay.
options.
I'm gonna say draft.
Okay.
I get a good vibe. I like him.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So here's the next one.
I'm gonna write
Aw.
that down. No one, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Is no one here anymore to vote? Because if so, we will have
Ready,
to
Lynn? We need your vote.
postpone. Maybe we should postpone.
Yeah.
You're leaving,
Bye, Catherine.
Catherine?
She's got to work. She's got to do adult things. Okay. Wendy says,
Okay.
I like this guy's smile. Draft
This
him.
is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's the best. He's one of my
Aw.
favorite Padres players. Definitely a draft.
What position?
He was a shortstop, got moved to right field.
Okay.
He was amazing, but he also fills in a little at second base. So
Okay. So we say draft.
we say
Right?
draft. Yep.
I agree. I agree.
So
All right. Who's
Jazz and Toddy. Okay. This is Jake Cronenworth. He is our second baseman usually, and he just came back from a concussion. I don't know. I'm just talking about baseball. I don't know. I
I
should
love
just
it.
give him the name. the name. You don't have to do sports ball, Deb. I really want this to be about vibes and not just hotness. You know, it's like what you see in them, their looks,
Yeah.
their aura, their vibes. Do you want them on our theoretical bunny team? If you did do sports ball, you really don't need to do sports ball. It's just like, do you like this guy? Yes or no?
Yes.
And
This is
I
full on
like him.
judging.
Yeah,
Very
we're
similar
judging.
to how we did the KMS guys.
Yeah. Hopefully this goes better. All right. Let's see. This guy looks intelligent. Okay, I think we're drafting Jake.
Drafting. Okay.
This is Manny Machado.
Manny.
Yes, his last name is
another
Machado.
Machado. Love it.
Yeah. Hey Haley, thanks for coming back. Please, do you enjoy the vibes, the looks, the aura? Draft or dump Manny? I cannot. Yeah, I understand, Deb. I like his last name, but he looks sketchy. He kind of has an attitude. I love him to death, but he kind of
Whoa.
has an attitude. So,
Mm,
I think we do have to draft Machado,
okay.
because of the last name, though.
Yeah. He
Okay.
gets a free pass.
Yes.
I'm glad you're taking notes.
Okay.
Who's this?
Oh my gosh, this is not a great picture.
Nope.
This is Thai France.
Tie.
I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. Yeah, we can always trade him. You're right.
So this one's a trade. Dump. Oh, Haley likes him. Looks kind of hot. I can't really tell his eye color.
I can't, and I don't even see him. Okay, it is. Yeah, Thai France, first base.
Okay.
This is a mixed bag. What do you think?
I say dump.
I say dump too.
I'm picky.
Yeah, I just don't get a good aura. Okay, this is Jackson Merrill. He's my favorite player. He looks like my brother.
Oh, okay. He looks young.
He's young. He's very young.
Okay.
I would definitely say draft 100,000%.
Okay.
Just You know, how can you not? What do you guys think? Draft? Okay.
Draft.
This
Who's
is
this guy?
one of our new guys, Renhefo. Luis
Okay.
Renhefo.
He likes the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
He'd get down with James Jackson with the gold chain.
It looks
Looks like he's got good teeth.
yeah.
And a little bit of a scar action here with the eyebrow.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it looks like everybody's saying draft.
Okay. He might be a little superstitious with the full beard. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be.
Who's
This
guy?
is sorry, but it was not a great picture. Luis Campusano, catcher. Nickname Campy.
Campy.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I love him, and I want to draft him.
Okay. Automatic draft.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to see his eyes, but it's not a great picture. But
Yeah.
all these guys have tats. I can see tats on all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next.
Xander Bogaerts. If you are a Boston person, you'll know him because he was a Red Sox legend. He's, well, I'll let you decide. Xander Bogaerts.
I like this vibe. I like this vibe.
Okay.
He's got a cute profile.
Yes, he's so cute. I totally agree. I need another sticky note where our team is growing. Okay.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to cut some of them.
We may. And that might be tomorrow's decision.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Next one. Oh.
This is Sun Moon Song. Definitely
What?
his
Say that
last name
again?
is Song. What?
Say that again. What's his name?
I think it's Sung Mood Song, but it's definitely his last name is Song. Okay, so his name's Song.
It sounded like
very
you said Sun Moon Song.
Yes, yeah.
All right. What do we think? Draft, dump, cut.
Dump. He's too young.
How young is he? Do we know?
I don't know, but he just got called up. Like 20 or something. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Pretty
Got it.
young. Okay, people are saying draft, I think. So okay, got that.
Okay, next.
My favorite
Who's this?
pitcher, Joe Musgrove.
Maggie wants to draft them all.
We can't draft them all. Haha. Who says we can?
We just want to take them all home.
Yeah, well, we love them. Freddie, thank you. Sung Moon Song. Yeah. Looks like a fake smile. I don't like that. Well, some people don't like Joe.
I don't know. They're starting to look alike. I feel like this is a duplicate.
Okay.
I don't know. His ears are a little big.
Okay, they are. And there was this one time in the playoffs, he was like at the Mets. We were playing the Mets, and his ears got so red because they were like accusing him of having like special sticky stuff behind his ears. And he was so mad. And like the umpires were like checking behind his ears, and he was like, and his ears got so red. So yeah.
Yeah.
Is he single? No, but I don't think he's married yet. So, look at that look. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. We're gonna draft Joe.
Okay.
All right.
Next.
This is
Oh.
Gavin Sheets.
That's a
Sheetsy.
cute little nose.
His chant is "Holy Sheets."
Aw,
he's
okay.
a great hitter.
Love her.
Holy sheets, holy sheets.
I love it.
It's hard pass. Oh, Deb.
Hard pass. Mm.
I don't trust a man with a low. Yes, yeah, that quote. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna actually put a little squiggly line
No.
on Joe because I feel like
Okay.
he was kind of like, yeah, I don't. Okay, I think we're passing on Sheets.
Okay. All right. Next.
Okay.
Now we're getting into the Yankees.
Yeah. He used to be on the Padres, so this is Trent Grisham. Grish. I like him.
You
I'm
like
sad
everybody,
when he got
Maggie.
traded.
He's got a stash.
Yeah,
Do we like the mustache?
I do.
No, not that Haley says no. Hate the stash. Looks a little long too. Like he's trying to do the handlebar thing. I don't know.
Yeah. No, hate the stash. Not like that. It's too wild. No. Okay. I guess we're not doing Grish. That's fine.
Dump.
Sorry.
Sorry. Better like.
I gotta look this one up.
Oh, this guy looks young.
Yeah.
Who's this?
This
Freddie Lynn. Who's this?
Ryan.
The 70s porn
Nope.
stash.
No, that's not. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Just I have all the names, but I can't find that one picture. Okay, Ben Rice. Deb
Rice brings up a good point. If we draft him, we have to look at him. He's just a baby. He is just a baby.
Okay. I think it looks like we're passing. We're passing on him.
If you can't find him, let me know, okay?
He's adorable, but looks 17. Yeah.
Yes, he looks very young.
I think we dump, it sounds like.
Okay.
Okay. This is
I
Luis
like
Garcia
this
Jr.
thing. Is this our first booty angle?
Oh, I guess so.
We've had all the faces.
This is important too. Yes. What do you guys think of the booty?
Yes. Alley Cat says yes.
Nice butt. Okay. All right.
Y'all are a bunch of whores.
Yeah.
He can come back when he hits puberty. That must have been about the last guy.
He's got Jeter's number. Yeah. Good point.
Wendy.
Okay,
I think yes.
We're drafting, I think. Yeah. All right.
Nice bum, hun. Love it. All right. Do we have to move on? Crap. All right, here we go. Who's this? Oh, he's cute.
Spencer Jones.
Spencer.
What? Did you say
meow,
loser?
meow. No, I did. No, I didn't.
I thought you were like loser.
He's cute. Brown eyes.
Yeah.
Undecided.
But can't do it.
Juicy lips. Yeah.
True.
I see that. Little chest hair action here, peeking out. Where's J7? Yeah, exactly. Where's J7?
We could put a pause and continue this tomorrow
We can.
if you want, because it is getting late. Definitely a cutie.
Your
Okay.
kiddos are about to be up, right?
What?
Are
No,
your
it's
kiddos
okay
up
actually for
today?
today. Today is okay.
Okay. Well, I'm good if you're good. I'm good to
I'm
stay
good.
and finish up. Okay.
This was the one day I could do like later. So
Oh, super.
Yeah.
Super.
okay. All right. We're keeping Spencer. And then this
Ooh,
this
Cat.
is
Windy. Everybody
Ja-
likes this one. Who's this guy?
Jason Dominguez. I don't know if perhaps it is Jason because it has 2 S's. I'm
Now
probably
that's a
saying that one.
man.
I think just the instant reaction alone, we
Yes.
are keeping.
I wish he wasn't wearing glasses. I like to see their eyes. But it, leaves a little bit to be desired, I guess.
He's got confidence, swagger,
Yep.
It's important.
This belt is kind of strange. It looks orange and green. That's interesting.
Oh, they have funny colored stuff. Like,
Oh, do they? Okay.
yeah, wild stuff. It's a whole thing. My son plays
Okay.
baseball and has like bright color stuff.
Oh, it's a thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm all for this one
We're
too.
gonna, yep.
I
we're
get a
gonna
good vibe.
Okay.
He's got some curly hair too, peeking out, little like a
Yeah.
long curly hair. Oh, I want to see this. Okay, never mind.
Okay, this is Ryan McMahon.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's tiny. No one is saying anything, so I think
Alley Cat, the swag burns me every time. I think that was about the last one. Pass. Yep.
okay.
Pass. Nah.
These are important cuts.
Yep. Better
Okay.
better luck next year. Who's this guy?
Jose Caballero.
Jose. Okay, he's got some
Eye black.
bold face
Oh.
black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna comment that he kind of does some shady stuff. I'll just say that. The way he does, he got called out like by umpires because he does this weird thing where he kind of like tricks the pitcher and messes up their timing. And also, I believe he was on the Astros team that was proven to be like cheating during the World Series.
Got it.
So, yeah, I like him, but that's what I know is that he kind of does some weird stuff.
Got it. So pass.
He looks like a Timu Toddy. He does. You're right.
Oh, Deb. I don't know. His face kind of looks a little Valish. I could see him being shady.
Okay, we're dumping him. This is
Another stash.
Austin Wells.
Austin. Pass.
Deb just says LOL. Okay. All right.
Pass.
I think we can move on quickly. No Austin Wells. Okay. This is the Padres' newest starting pitcher that we acquired yesterday. His name is Robbie Ray. We just played him. He pitched really well against us when we played the Giants. We acquired him from the Giants for not that many prospects, and he's a veteran pitcher. And we got to show the other picture, Moons. It's important to assess him. He gets 2 pictures because you have to see. You have to really get to know Robbie
This
Ray.
is also him. This is also
So
him.
he wears really, really tight pants. He wears really, really tight pants. And now there is a Twitter page. Actually, it existed, but now I'm aware of a Twitter page that is Robbie Ray's tight pants. That's the handle. So
Got it.
and I followed them, and they followed me back on my main account. So I just really admire the tight pants and the life of their own they've taken on.
Yes. I need
And
to see the other angle. I need to see the backside, please.
yeah, shoot.
Deb says, I'm a fan of the tight pants.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Not that Haley. He's hot, but the hair has got to go.
I know. Pitchers have weird superstitions, and I think he probably just doesn't want to cut it for superstitious reasons.
Yes. Alley Cat. He reminds me of Valhalla. Deb Martin. No, Alley Cat. Now he's ruined.
Oh, man. And I see it. I see it. Thanks a lot, Alley Cat.
Dump.
Okay.
Dump.
Yeah, okay. All right. Got it. Message received.
All right. You want to move on to the Rangers?
Yes, we'll move on to the
Okay.
Rangers, Moon's team.
I do not have the names. Do you want to pull up the names and read off the names?
I can try.
Or actually, you know what? I take that back. Grok has the names. So
Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking at too. We used Grok to help us find pictures quickly.
yeah, I asked Maggie last night, how did you find all of these pictures? It looked like they were just in a perfect bundle. They had all came from the same place. They were all the same size and orientation. And
Yeah.
I thought, you got them from like one site. And Maggie's like, actually, AI got those for me.
Yeah.
So I did the same. I went to Grok and this is what he provided. So this is Jock Peterson, DH. Let's see if we can make these bigger. There
Okay.
you go. Doc Peterson.
I'm getting an insecure vibe, and I'm gonna pass. Dump him.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
getting a
like-
great vibe. I'm good. Good with dump.
Okay.
Wyatt
Alright.
Langford. Oh. I like the arms. Looks
Yeah, I like the
a little
arms too.
young. The ears are a little on the large size. All of these guys love their jewelry.
Oh yeah, they do. Mookie Betts on the Dodgers wears so much jewelry. All the Dodgers wear a lot of jewelry though. They wear like Van Cleef and Arpels and
Not that
the-
Haley says he looks like James Jackson.
kind of
All right.
basic.
Basic.
Okay.
Deb Martin says, yeah, kind of basic. Gonna pass. Pass.
All right, dump.
I agree. I didn't even open his second picture. That's a little bit more flattering. That's a little cuter, but
He
not
really
enough to
does have
sway me.
arms.
Yeah. LF, left field.
Mm.
Shortstop, Corey Seager. Oh, that's
He's
a little
just
bit of a baby
baby.
face. Green eyes, blue eyes.
He
Not
does
really
look
sure, but
really
definitely
kind.
good teeth.
Genuine. Yeah.
Like a baby face. Is he too cute for our team? Yeah, I can't have all the babies. No,
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm sorry. I need some experience.
Oh boy, I didn't know the Rangers were so young. Are we?
So what are we
dump-
thinking?
Mm, it seemed like
Have we drafted any thus far? I don't think we have, right?
no, we haven't drafted in a while. So,
All right, we'll draft.
okay, see.
We'll draft. Corey, welcome
Okay.
to the team. Brandon, Nemo,
Oh
right
yes, draft.
field. Full beard. Maybe green eyes, hazel eyes. Is this a little red hair here?
Possibly, it does look reddish.
Mean mug.
Yeah, he does look experienced. I just confident. I think I would say draft him.
Okay. He is stoic but not aggressive, says Deb.
It's a yes. Okay, we're drafting. Brandon Nimmo.
Yep. Next one is Evan Carter.
Oh,
he's
does he have a
cute.
mustache?
Oh.
They are all young.
He's kind of cute. I like this one. I'm getting a good vibe. What do you think?
Okay. Okay, everybody likes him. Okay. What's his name?
Carter, Evan Carter.
Evan Carter. Okay.
He might not have much of a booty, but we can get him in the weight room. Jake Berger. Oh goodness.
He must
Who
be a
does this
catcher.
guy
He's so
remind me of?
stocky.
I'm feeling a KMS guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this? I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Nobody likes him. All right, dump this
Maybe
guy.
BDO? Does this guy look like BDO?
Oh yeah, he does.
Is that who I see? Oh goodness. Okay, pass.
Pass.
No swagger, says Deb. Ezekiel Duran. Ezekiel Duran? Third
Okay.
base? Here we go.
I really like him. I get an instant good vibe.
The booty always gives a good vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another front.
He must be doing a
Cute
celebration thing.
lips. Yeah. Okay. Draft?
Like him, draft.
Yes.
Okay.
Draft. Next one is Austin Wins. This isn't a great picture of him, but Grok, we get what we get.
Yep. Yeah.
I say pass.
I
Good
think so.
booty.
Yeah.
Which one are we talking about, Haley? This one or the last one? More of juicy lips. Okay, she's talking about the last one for sure. Pass. Yummy
Okay.
says yummy.
Well.
Or maybe they're talking about the last one.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Deb says, I pass on the basic guys. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with passing on Austin. Last one.
Okay.
Nikki Lopez.
Nikki.
Oh.
Oh, he's cute. Nikki.
Some dark ethnic skin here.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of curly hair, long curly hair.
Yeah,
Cute.
he's really cute. I like him.
I like him. I'm getting a good vibe.
Okay. If that's a mullet, I
Yummy.
pass. Ooh, I
Is
don't know.
anyone checking out the nail bed?
No, because they have batting gloves and stuff on. Unfortunately, we can't see them. That's a good point, Yummy.
Good call out. Yeah. Yeah, he's cute. I like him.
What's his last name?
Lopez.
Nikki Lopez.
So how many
Okay.
do we have total? We went through all of them.
Okay, I'm counting.
Do we need to have a second round draft? Or what's the round that you cut them?
We have 18. So I mean, I don't know if tomorrow maybe, we can sleep on it and go through and have another round, and maybe more people
Another
can,
round of cuts.
yeah, we can make some
Before
deeper
we
cuts,
finalize.
because there was a couple we weren't sure about. That
True.
Yeah. So and then I don't know what we should cut it down to. I don't know if we should cut it down to a 9-man lineup and a pitcher. We could cut it down to 10, do you think?
10?
We could do that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the goal. So
That means we cut 8. Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah, Deb, we were definitely divided on a few. So
Yeah.
I think if we run them through again, I think there's a few that off the top of my head I can think we can cut. And then we'll do something fun. Maybe I'll put them all together in an image, or Grok will.
I was thinking that
we'll
would
have
be
our
really
team.
good. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right.
We have a long, nice show today.
Yes. Yep. I'm for it. I'm all for it. There's just a couple of Jules. Jax, thank you so much. He
Thank
says
you.
Unk alert. This was way early in the show. Ben Rosa, also to Jules. Silver Star. Thank you, Ben Rosa.
Awesome.
Like I said, yesterday's description, we put all of Jess's payment links and such on how you can support her and her channel. So if you would like to do that while she's out, I know she would greatly appreciate it. All of those links are in the description from yesterday. Just give me, like till midday to get this episode's description updated. And we'll make sure all the same links go in there. Laura, thank you so much. To Jules. I don't know what these Jules things are, but I need to find out. But I know when I'm on my phone, don't they like sparkle?
Yeah, it like adds up to money, but I don't really know their value.
Got it. Okay.
I think.
Got it. Okay. So give me a minute to update today's description. It'll definitely be updated before the end of the day. I do want to remind you guys of a few things. The intro video, if you would like to be in the next version, please reach out to me. I am probably going to make that a priority in my next 24 hours. So if you want to be in it, send me your clips and I'll get you added. Let's see. What else, Maggie? What else? Replay crew. Thank you so much. I always forget to thank the replay crew. Yeah, I mean, all the things. Like, thank you for being here. Thank you to the mods.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Hope this was like, a show that entertained you at least and kept you company. And just really thank you for hanging out with us. I thought it was like really intellectually like great and good conversation and important, and then we had some fun at the end. Like I liked that. I liked the game.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, for sure. Running with Scissors says, thank you ladies for being awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We had fun. We had fun yesterday as well. I think yesterday was a total, like, let's just push ahead, do it, see what happens. We didn't have any major hiccups. I was proud, and I think Jess will be too. And today was just another repeat of yesterday. So onward and upward from here, Maggie.
Yeah, definitely. I think today was definitely a step upward. I think we had more assets and it was more visually stimulating. I think you did a great job with that, Moons. So thank you for getting all the clips and everything. All right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah, it's just me and
Go
Moons
ahead.
back tomorrow, filling in. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Who can open up my box using his thick man hands? Thank me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Who can play pretend online? Tell you he's in love. Use you up and shut you out right when he's had enough. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie and then a couple more? Paddle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The doughboy can. If the doughboy can.